Dinkpods reference. So, this is not a regular video. As you can see, I haven't done my nails in like 5 hours. You may also notice that I'm not exactly talking like I usually do, and that I'm getting picked up directly by the camera microphone. I just had surgery on my face, and they had to go through my mouth, which means I'm not... how I'm talking right now is actually a lot better than I was talking like a couple weeks ago. So that's good. I'm finally back in the swing of making videos and such. And do I have a doozy for you? Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, yeah, we got one. This is going to be the first video in a series of videos about Warhammer. I've been talking to Jamie since she brought me onto the channel, and for the longest time I've been wanting to do videos about my favorite hobby. And when I made Stuff We Make videos, the intent was to, like, you know, kind of ease into miniature wargaming and everything by way of 3D printer videos, and I'm still going to be making those. I'm working on 2 right now. But this I'm excited for, because Jamie and I are going to be not only doing videos about, like, opening this up and building it and painting it, but we're also going to be playing the game, which is pretty darn cool. So for those who don't know, Warhammer is a miniatures war game, which means that you use these tiny little models and you fight against an army with your own army of these models. And in this box set, we get a lot of them. We're going to be getting 40 of these boys, 2 of these boys, 1 of this boy, and 10 of these boys. And not only that, we're going to be getting some dice, some whippy sticks, some templates, a rule book, some transfer sheets, reference. This box set is $300, which I know sounds like a lot, but considering the price of all of these together that you would have to buy separately, it's actually like half off. And I picked this up from Recess Games, which I showed you in the little montage intro thing. That's where I get pretty much all my Warhammer stuff. They're local to our area. They've been in business for 30 years. Go check them out. Give them your money. We love them very much on this channel. But do you know what I also love? Warhammer unboxings. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm not zooming in. I'm lifting the lid. Oh. Ooh. First things first. These are whippy sticks. You wanna know why? Because they hurt like hell when you whip someone in the back of the legs with these. These are your templates. You're going to use these for missile launchers and flamethrowers and fun stuff like that. And these are a bunch of actually really well-packed models. Like, go you, G-dubs. These are going to be our Terminators, which sounds exactly like they, you know, they are big boys in big armor, and they put out big damage, and they take a lot of big boy hits, and I love them very much. This sprue is going to be our Land Raider Spartan, or at least a big part of it. This sprue and a bunch of other sprues are going to be our 40 Space Marines. More Space Marines, more Space Marines. These specifically they look like bayonets and some options for the backpack. This is going to be one of our 2 Legion Praetors, which is like a special character, like a hero unit basically. This is going to be some more options for our Spartan tank, and it looks like the barrels of the guns are already drilled out. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that little hole right there, not all the guns have that, and those are a lot of trouble to drill out on your own to make them look more realistic. So, and then we have a dozer blade, which helps you going over difficult terrain. Very cool. Another one of our Praetors. This one has a sword. He lost his leg. Oh no! More Space Marines. More Space Marines. There's a lot of Space Marines in this box, dude. Big chunks of the Dreadnought. Here's more of the shell of the tank. Which, these parts right here, you see how they're kind of like... And finally, we have this piece of paper that's covering the rulebook. But on the other side, we have this nice little breakdown of some of the Horus Heresy line of models. So not only do we have the Mark 6 Tactical Squad, we have some different Praetors that you're able to get, the special weapon upgrade set, different Terminators, a Dreadnought with different weapon options and different stylings. And then we also have some of the different tanks that you can get. This is a very like tank heavy game, which I like, even though I'm going to be playing a lot of Dreadnoughts. But we have the Kratos Assault Tank, the Rhino, and then the Sikaran Battle Tank. Finally, the rulebook. Look how thick this is. This is one game rulebook. This is one rulebook. And yeah, there's lore in here and everything, but like, it's mostly rules. Now, don't get intimidated by this. I know this looks scary, I know this looks dense. The game is not that complicated. And if Jamie's watching this back and stressing out, it's fine. You'll be fine. I promise. In here, we have the instructions for building all of the models. And they look like this. And then we also have rules for all the different models that come in this box set, so you don't need to buy another book that has all the rules. They're all right here, which is really, really nice. So if you only buy models that come in this box set like separately, you don't need to buy any other books technically. It also has like all the weapon rules and all the special rules. Really, really cool stuff. I'm really happy that they included all the rules for all the models. And underneath this little number, we've got bases for all of our models. Then we have a little package of dice, just plain Jane regular dice, plus one scatter die. And last but not least, we have a transfer sheet. These are water slide decals that you'll see in like any other kind of model kit, like for like a car or an airplane, like any other type of model kit. They will have these water slide decals that have like the make and model of the car, different stylings. These are for some of the suggested legions of Space Marines that come in here. Like we have the Sons of Horus up here, and then we have the Imperial Fist. I'm going to be building this box as Alpha Legion, which means I'll be using this transfer sheet. So that just leaves us with this behemoth. On the back, we got some handy dandy reference sheets that have like all the different like reactions, a vehicle damage chart, a normal damage chart, just some stuff that would be good to keep on hand in the game if you're new. And also there's two of them for you and your opponent, which that's really nice. This is a series of books called the Horus Heresy. You can guess what it's about. The Horus Heresy takes place 10,000 years before normal Warhammer 40k. And it's a time where there's a bunch of characters that are still alive, and there's this crazy war that's happening. The Emperor of Mankind has 20 sons, 2 of them go missing, 1 of them goes rogue and takes the other like 8 with him. So it's like 9 versus 9 of these Primarchs, or the Emperor's sons, and they hate each other and they have daddy issues, and it's great. I have this one, it's really good, he's nice. And then on the back, these are the actual like sequential books in the series. It's split into the Horus Heresy, which is, the whole thing is over 60 books long, I'll just tell you that much. And the Siege of Terra is like the big climax at the end of the Horus Heresy, right before it like canonically ends, and it's very exciting. But you're here for the rule book. And since this takes place in the past, I'm going to put some old-timey music in here and go ahead and give you the synopsis.
Night falls on the golden age of humanity. Some shall turn upon their father, and his world strewed in blood. The eye shall open, the galaxy will burn.
Oh, when you first open a book and the spine cracks, good stuff. Here's Big E, the Emperor himself, the bastard Horus, and rest in peace, sweet angel. I gotta say, This paper is really heavy duty, really glossy. The whole thing is full color. It's, oh, I mean, like, look at that. That's a good looking book. So we have lore. And we have rules. And then we have rules. This is the second edition of Horus Heresy. There was one before that was published in the 2010s by the Games Workshop subsidiary Forge World. And you can still get a lot of the models from Forge World. They're not made of plastic, they're made of resin. Forge World is basically the resin subsidiary of Games Workshop, and they do a lot of like short run things and made to order things, and it's really, really expensive. But they're really, really cool, and I like them a lot. But they did all the publishing for the last version of the game, all the rule books, which there were a ton of rule books in order to play the game. And those rule books contained like the core rules, but then like additional like campaign books that had rules for all the different legions of Space Marines and different units. And they had things like Warlord Titans and the Psi Titan, which is really cool that that big thing actually had rules. But yeah, really, really cool game setting. And the fact that a lot of the models are getting remade into plastic means that it's going to be more accessible, more affordable. Oh, my boy. Because resin is expensive and hard to work with. And some of the models that came in this box set were previously only available in resin, which means that the reason why it's difficult is that you can't manipulate it the same way you can manipulate plastic. So plastic models, you can use like this type of glue, it's a solvent, it melts the pieces together. Resin, you're using really, really, really harsh abrasive glues, like super glue, and I still have some super glue on my fingertips, and it's just really awful to work with. But like this big boy, all resin. And this is one of the smaller Titans. There's a bigger one, all resin, and you have to like pin it together, and it's like, granted, they're awesome, but they are advanced models that you have to know what you're doing with and how to work with resin. And here we have a little timeline of some of the most important events in the actual plot of the Heresy. And it goes through like basically what you need to know about the important things. It's a very short amount of time where the Heresy actually happened. It started on the first year of the 31st century, so 30,000, and it, as you can see, it only lasted 14 years. The Siege of Terra is where it ends. So it's a very short blip of time, but in that time, in the lore, so many advances in technology happened, so many planets were destroyed, so many Space Marines were killed. A lot happened in that very short amount of time. Oh boy, here's the rules. And a lot of this art I'm noticing comes directly from the Black Book series, which is the series of books of rules that Forge World put out that I alluded to before, which I don't mind at all. It's beautiful art. Here we see the burning of Prospero. Here we see how to read the stat lines, and then how to play the game after that and everything. It's really, really cool. Like I said, it looks intimidating. It's a lot of lore, and it's lore worth reading. So that is the video. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry that I literally rolled out of bed and immediately went to the game shop to pick this up. I hope you enjoyed my little tribute to Dink Pods and everything. If you don't know who Dink Pods is, I totally one-for-one copied the stylings of one of those videos. Really funny guy from Australia. He talks about iPods. Thank you again for checking out our sponsor, PCBWay. They really made this video possible and all that good stuff. And in the next one, I'm going to show you how to properly build these models. And in the next one, I'll show you how to properly paint them. So that's exciting. And then after that, maybe Jamie will be ready to play some games with me. But until then, stay classy, and I'll see you next time.